week, we love to get you caught up as to what you can do car-wise. That's why Ron the Car Guy comes in and visits us every week at this time. And not only is Ron the Car Guy fun to hang around, he's also award-winning Ron the Car Guy. As in last night, City View Best of 2016, you didn't take home one award, Mr. Ron the Car Guy.
Nope.
Dose of those babies.
We got Dose Awards, and it's not just Ron the Car Guy. I'll give credit to all the people that work for Westside Auto Pros. I mean, they really see my vision and see what I'm trying to attain, and they work towards it as well. And that's what causes people to win awards and get the votes and stuff for City View. That was a great event they put on last night. Yeah,
and let's show the first one here. The first one is the obvious one. Here you go. The first one is Best Auto Shop.
Yep, and this is the 8th year in a row.
Wow.
That we have received this.
Ooh, so we're pretty cool.
Yeah, we're very proud of this. And again, it's Joe and Heather and all the people that work at the front counter and in the shop.
Let's not get carried away. It's Heather, not so much.
Yeah. All right, and then the second one.
All right. The second one, I think caught you off guard.
Well, it did because this is something that's a little bit newer for us. I mean, we're the rookie in this industry, so to speak, in Des Moines, but it has grown rapidly for us. And this was Best Towing Services. And there again, it's this part of our business has nearly tripled in the last 12 months, and of course with that comes growing pains as well. But this was a very honorable award that we received, and again, I'm not the one out there at 3 o'clock in the morning driving the truck down the interstate. I've got some really good employees and team members that help with this and helped us to receive this award.
And hit on that just a little bit, Ron, because I know we talk about it various times on the program, but you do have a service. So if you're out and about, you find one of those slick spots this morning and you find yourself in a spot you don't want to be in, you guys can help people out.
Oh, absolutely. And I, when I left this morning, the streets, the parking lots were just wet, and when I got here, even your parking lot out here, it's starting to crystallize and stuff on there. I think the temperatures are dropping or something, and it could get slick, and you could need towing services like that.
I think it's as you go east, isn't it, Jason? That things get
east
icier.
and west, basically.
Both, really, away from the middle of the city.
Yeah. Yesterday morning, one of our tow truck drivers had called me. And he was over in Omaha. We had to take a car over to Omaha, and he asked what the road conditions and the weather was like here, because it was snow. They got a lot of snow over there.
Yesterday morning. Yeah.
So,
but you see, Best of City View's Best of. This is a big deal. Pretty fancy setup over at Beer Can Alley yesterday. We're going to finish it up tonight. 3 more categories tonight. But we ended up getting all dressed up. Craig, in the back, if you can show Jason, Jackie. Now we got all dressed up, and then
look at that crew there.
And then we see Ron the Car Guy. And you look like you just came from the co-op.
He looked like he was going to Beer Can Alley.
Yeah, all right. So
I was going to Beer Can Alley.
So we said on stage, we're going to make sure. Hey, Ron, you've been there in a tux before.
I have.
Up and you kind of caught us off guard.
Well, I loaned my tux to Jason this year. So
you're going to be on the show. We're going to fix you up here with a bow tie. Here to do your little thing.
I'll be impressed if you know how to tie that.
No,
exactly.
Okay,
this is how I tie a bow tie.
It looks good.
Okay. For Ron the Car Guy, there it is.
There we go.
Perfect. There it is.
This is professional.
There it is. See that?
Absolutely.
It looks good.
Yeah,
it looks
it
good on
does.
you.
People should take you very seriously now.
Exactly.
So
I know. Take me seriously?
No. So I know you have something very important to talk about, but if people are getting ready to head out the door soon, what's the number in case they do get caught in a slick spot?
It's 515-309-1911.
Put it in your phone now.
That's right.
Have it ready to go.
309
1911.
Got it. All right, perfect. So what are we chatting about this morning?
We're going to talk about, I call it the U-turn button that we sometimes see on our car. And we've got a graphic here to put up. And that's
the recirculation.
Exactly. It's the recirculation button, sometimes referred to as the U-turn button. If you're driving down the road and you push that, your car will not make a U-turn. But it's a question we get asked a lot, is when should I use this?
When you go by a hog lot.
Okay, well, this segment's over. Jason answered the question. No, but all cars have that. It's incorporated into the heater and the air conditioning controls. And, like I said, we get questions as to when to use it or what it does. And even like in the winter months, this time of year, we'll get vehicles that come in and they'll have a complaint. They'll say, my windows are fogging up. There's excess moisture on the glass, which is typically a sign of a heater core that's starting to malfunction. But we get in the car and we look at it with them, and what we find is they've actually got the U-turn button turned on, and that's not something you want to use in the wintertime on your vehicle. It's actually designed to work with the air conditioning system. And so what it does is it makes a difference as to whether or not the air that's going through the heating and the air conditioning system comes from outside of the vehicle, or if it takes the air that's inside the vehicle and continues to recirculate it. And so in the wintertime, if you're running like your heater or your defroster and you've got that activated, it will just continue to recycle the air that's in the cabin, which when it's doing that, it takes the moisture that's coming out of just the natural breathing and the breath of the occupants, and it keeps recycling that through there, and it has no way to dry the moisture out of that air, and so it puts it up on the windshield, on the side windows and stuff.
That's why it's fogging up.
Exactly. So that's really not something you should probably utilize in the winter time.
When I'm sure some of the logic is, well, I'm going to recirculate the warm air. It'll be easier to keep it warm.
And it'll get hotter.
That's probably the logic.
Absolutely, and that's certainly the logic as to how it works in the summertime. Is when it's really hot outside, especially when it's really humid, to keep running that same air in the cabin through the car. You cool it down from 80 degrees to 60 degrees, and you keep running it through, and it gets colder and colder and colder. And then it also, when the air conditioning system runs, it has the ability to pull the humidity out of that air. So that's why it doesn't fog up and moisture over in the summertime. So the best use of that particular button, that feature, is in the summertime when it's really hot and you want to try to cool the car down as fast as you can. Hit the U-turn button.
There you go.
See,
Good to know.
Yeah.
again, like always, learning something new.
Absolutely. The other thing that's kind of important too in all times of the season is, and we've talked about it before, is the cabin air filter in a vehicle. And that's similar to the furnace filter in your house. And it's oftentimes forgotten. I mean, I checked my furnace filter a couple of weeks ago, and I don't remember when last I checked it, but it should be checked monthly, I think.
Right.
And I couldn't believe all the stuff that was in there, and it was partially restricted, and it looked nasty. I'm sure a lot of the dirt gets pulled through it then and gets circulated through the house. So your cabin air filter is the same thing. It cools whether you're bringing outside air in or running the same air through the car, and the recirculation. That cabin air filter removes the allergens and the pollens and the dust and the dirt. So it works effectively, and if it's partially plugged up, then your heater and air conditioning is not working properly.
How often are we talking here?
The cabin air filter should be checked and replaced on an annual basis. And depending on where you drive, if you're in dusty, dirty areas, or if there's a lot of road construction, or you're in a rural area, it can actually plug up and restrict sooner than that. So if you're noticing some odors in your car, or maybe the vehicle doesn't seem to heat or cool, it probably should be checked. A lot of places check that cabin air filter on most cars when they change the oil. For the most part, they're relatively easy to get to.
Right.
There's a few cars out there that you've got to remove part of the dash.
But you guys can check them for people, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. And
we check them, we replace
what if they need to replace them? Yeah, you can do them too?
You know what? We can, and we've actually got a Great Day KCWI 23 special. Cabin air filter, the filter, the labor to replace it, everything through the rest of February. We'll do it for $23.
That's pretty cheap.
It is.
That's very cheap, as a matter of fact.
A lot of times the filter itself is $23 to $40.
I was going to say, I thought $40.
Yep. So any car, we'll probably lose money on a few, but it's fortunately we're not doing this on Channel 8 or Channel 13. So KCWI 23 special, $23. We'll put a cabin air filter in your car, and for most cars you don't even need an appointment. Just stop by and we'll take care of it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now is it just under the dash? You got to climb under the dash?
Yeah, sometimes it's under the dash, and sometimes you access it under the hood. There's a panel that we pull there.
Is that where Heather comes in? She can go under the dash?
Yep,
and then
she's small enough we can get her in there.
underneath there,
Yeah. One time we shut the hood and she was there. So, but if you want to get a hold of us, you can just give us a call. The number there is on the screen, 225-9090. or we're all over the internet. Just Google Westside Auto Pros, and you'll be able to get a hold of us.
Yeah, by the way, City View's best Westside Auto Pros, just to point that out one more time.
And what's cool about this is these are all local businesses.
11,000, if
Yeah.
I remember right from last night.
Local businesses
11,000
and voted on by
people.
local people.
Yeah, local people, local business. I love it.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks,
And
Thank you.
Ron.
Tie looks good on you.
All right, I might keep it.